Why, hello!
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Matt, aka Legioness, and welcome to a Super Bowl Sunday episode of The G.A.P. I am your host. With me, I have my co-host who does not play football, Shane, aka the Bearded One. How you doing today, Shane?
I don't know anything about the football, so I don't give a shit.
With me, I have my other co-host who who actually knows the stuff about football, Spencer. How you doing today, Spencer?
Good. I just read a tweet that Erica Harlocker finally watched The Village and didn't like it, and I'm like, well, okay then.
Oh, so you mean like everyone who watched The Village?
I like it. I like it, okay?
And with us, we also have a newcomer to the G.A.P. This is her first time being on the G.A.P. Everyone, please say hello to Jen.
Hello.
Congratulations.
You're finally here.
Yes, finally.
She is finally here. She's been wanting to be on the podcast for a very long time. But now she's finally here.
And what better time than to cover one of her favorite shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
All right, we got a lot to talk. We got a lot on the plate today. We got simulcast discussion. We got some news. We have a featured anime of the podcast. We also have the potential of Spencer's freaking out over the Super Bowl. I don't know. We might hear.
Yeah,
him.
there might be a Super Bowl tangent. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, we probably won't go that long.
Nobody's ever ready for my Super Bowl tangents.
It's only once a year, folks.
It's only once a year.
The New England Patriots are like the fucking overrated anime of football. Insert your overrated anime.
Insert overrated anime here.
Insert
what
redacted
you think,
here.
I don't know what you think is overrated. Some people think like fucking Elfin Lead.
My Hero.
Ooh.
Goblin Slayer.
There you go. Goblin Slayer.
There you go.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay, now we need to stop.
Come on.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Hunter.
You stop right there.
Cowboy Bebop.
All right, Matt, what are we doing? Let's move on.
Madoka Magic.
Ooh, okay, you've gone too far.
I'm just naming anime now.
Evangelion. There you go. None.
Yeah, there
you go. The most overrated anime in existence.
But yeah, let's get right into it with simulcast discussion. Simulcast, I don't think it changed too much because I haven't seen shit.
Yeah, there's not too much to talk about, to be honest.
Yeah.
My opinions haven't really changed. Except fucking watch Kaguya-sama.
Right, the one show that I haven't started yet.
Yeah, that's the show that I want to set the most.
Straight up. I have never laughed so hard at silence.
Since Daily Lives?
Yes, since Daily... It wasn't, like, as bad as Daily Lives, but it was fucking close. I was just dying laughing over just a character staring at one of the main characters.
You know, that's more than enough praise. Yeah, I think I need to check this out then.
Yeah, you do. I was already planning to check it out to begin with because it's one of those shows that I wanted to watch for ever since the season started. But then it took me a fucking gloriously animated Sakuga-filled Edie to fucking want to watch it.
Right, the Edie that's been like making the rounds on Twitter that I still haven't seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like I really need to watch. I really need to watch this. Also, Promise Neverland sucks. Don't watch it.
Yeah, Promise Neverland blows. Don't watch it.
Yeah, Promise Neverland actually might be the worst anime of the year.
You know what?
Dimension High School is the best anime of the year. Best anime of the decade, I would say.
You know, I can't argue there, so...
Move over, Bungo Season 2, Madoka Magica, a whole bunch of shit. You're fucking stupid. Dimension High School, greatest thing of the decade.
Yeah, you can't even come close to the majesty that is Dimension High School. Speaking of which,
I hate myself.
Since there's not much to talk about in terms of good shows that, you know, our opinions haven't changed on, I wanted to talk about the bad shows that we haven't talked about yet.
True, we actually haven't talked about like shows that are bad.
Because I have
a controversial. We talk about controversial shows like right, like Shield Hero.
Yeah, but we already
we already took
the
Hero
rounds on
isn't
that.
actually bad.
Debatable. Anyway.
No. I mean, like the subject matter might be bad, but like the music is really, really good. The animation's really good. It's like on a technical level, it's not a bad anime.
But of course,
Dimension High School is a bad.
Anime. Oh yeah, that thing is fucking.
Let's talk
atrocious.
about Wiz. I want to talk about Wiz.
We already talked about Wiz though.
I want to talk about
Wiz
it
has
again.
gotten stupider.
Okay, here's what I think. Here's how I think of Wiz. At the beginning of the season, I was like, you know what? I unironically love this, and now I'm just kind of bored of it.
That's exactly what happens with Handshakers, dude.
It's just boring now, to be perfectly honest.
Fucking, that's what happens with that. Happened. Here's the thing. That's the thing with Handshakers. It starts really stupid, gets really boring, but then if it follows the same trajectory as Handshakers, by the end, it's going to go full off the rails, stupid again.
I can only hope, because I've been watching like the last 2 episodes. I've been like, is there any point to this?
Yeah, and the thing is that it's all. The problem is that it's all Handshakers references.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. If you haven't seen Handshakers, you won't get it. I've seen Handshakers, and I still don't get it.
Which, going into this, I wasn't expecting a full-blown Handshaker sequel, but I don't think anyone was.
Yeah, but this is a straight-up sequel. Like, fuck it, that's the thing. I feel like that if I knew more, I'm getting a lot of amusement, though, out of the fact that their conversations literally make no sense.
Like, are they even speaking English?
Basically, Wiz's dialogue reminds me of Kingdom Hearts dialogue. But if Kingdom Hearts dialogue was not nearly as good,
this just won't mesh.
Okay, no, it's like Kingdom Hearts dialogue, but only when only Kingdom Hearts 1, and only when it's like Sora talking about how he has to take the darkness out of fucking Riku.
I know now that Kingdom Hearts is light.
Actually, wait, no, Matthew, I got the perfect one. It's like DMC1 dialogue. Where Dante is over his, spoiler alert for a game that's over 10 years old, but where Dante is over his quote-unquote dead, not mother, and he just goes, I was supposed to fill your dark soul with light!
Ew. I still watch that scene and laugh.
Same.
That scene's fucking hilarious. Wiz is still my guilty pleasure of the season, though, because there's still enough.
Definitely.
There's still like enough really dumb there that I'm like, this is amazing.
And we briefly mentioned Dimension High School, which don't watch it.
I haven't touched it. I don't want to.
Not even for a laugh. It's not worth it.
So, as a man who has actually seen episodes 3 and 4 of Dimension High School, allow me to talk about it, because now I feel like I'm kind of the expert in this shit.
Yeah, please, because
he's an expert in his
You tried
field.
to drag me along for this, and I was not having any of it.
You weren't having it, but I'm fucking masochistic, so I guess I'm kind of going to go do this. So, take every cliche, like, children's entertainment, fucking Dora the Explorer type show.
That's the perfect
Did you just say Dora the Explorer?
It's the perfect... It's
Explorer. And Dora the Explorer.
But, okay, give it, like, this high school pep rally level skit type acting. Make it in Japanese.
So bad acting.
Yeah, make it in Japanese, and then take a rock, and then use some chalk, and just draw a face on the rock, and make it float from the ceiling using some fishing wire, and then have the rock attack people. By how? Attaching a GoPro to the rock to show POV of the rock attacking people.
Everything he's saying is true.
This show is on High Dive.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll now too.
Have the CG be so bad that I honestly don't know if it's supposed to be like really shitty CG.
You don't know if it's a joke or not.
And or also really shitty mocap.
It's both, dude.
It's probably both. I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke. Like, I know it's for children.
I feel like
but
they're actually trying to make a good show, but they just don't know how to.
Even Japanese children are not this stupid.
I'm pretty sure. Fucking, I'm just like, I was going. Here's the thing: when I heard the premise of the idea of like, oh, it's a bunch of real life people, like live action with like animation. On paper, I was like, this sounds cool. Then I heard it was an entertainment series, and I'm like, oh no. And then I saw stuff from it, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty oh no.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is an easy contender for worst of the year.
Yeah.
No lie, worst of the year.
Like, honestly, if something doesn't come along that shits itself harder than this, it's easy. Worst of the year.
I also didn't watch the fucking, what's the company that made Uzume?
Okay, here we go.
Dogakobo.
Right, yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Speaking of that, Shane needs to finally take an L on the podcast. Shane, you do the honors.
I was supposed to take the L last time, but we just flat out forgot. I talked about this on an episode when we were discussing the season coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna take the L because all of our suspicions turned out to be true, and it's not good. It's don't watch it. Like, okay, it seems like it could be. This is Watts 10, by the way. That's the name of the show.
Yeah,
it's Watts 10.
Watts 10.
It seems like it could be innocent enough, but then they go really creepy with it, like super creepy. Really fucking creepy. Like, okay. Don't watch the show unless you're into a show about an otaku college student who has a lolly obsession. Just don't watch it. Just don't. Because she's like, oh, I really like cute girls. Here, little girl, have some sweets so I can photograph you in this maid outfit. And they're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And they do it anyway. At least they acknowledge it. They acknowledge that it's fucking creepy, but it doesn't save it. It doesn't. Also, Spencer, stop. I saw that.
Yes, it's a fucking 4-panel comic, okay? And if I have to see it, you have to see it.
I just saw it. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, don't watch Watts 10. It's not worth it. So there you go, Matt. I took the L like you so desired.
But, Shane, you're not done yet.
Oh yeah, there's a couple more.
Let's talk about the bugs.
Oh, the fucking bugs. Oh.
So I apologize for my sound quality right now because the power went out at my house.
That's cool.
And my internet is currently fucked. So I am on my data on my phone right now. So for a little bit, my quality will be garbage. So
it's always something, isn't it?
We can't have one podcast that goes perfect.
No, that's okay. He'll be back momentarily. But let's talk about the bugs, Spencer.
Let's talk about the bugs.
Okay, the name of the show is Kemerikusa.
That's
this
fucking thing.
Yes, Kemerikusa.
Apparently this show got better, like from what I've heard. So like I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with it.
I'm not. I wasn't interested to begin with. So I don't care, but. That's what I've heard.
Spencer, what are you doing?
I was filling the dead air.
Well, you could fill the dead air by talking.
Okay, well, fucking, you watched it. I only saw like 3 scenes of it.
Okay,
it's terrible. It's like,
it's
isn't
terrible.
it by the same people that did like Kimono Friends?
No, it's by the same guy, the one guy who did Kimono Friends.
Okay, well,
and you can tell.
I apologize to you, guy who did Kimono Friends, for thinking it took more than 3 people to do.
It's just all right.
That.
I don't doubt that there could be an interesting premise here. It's just I can't do it, dude. When the characters walk up to a pool of water and then they stick their hands in the water and they just phase through it like it doesn't even exist. I'm like, all right. I have to suspend my disbelief hard to get into this, and that's just not happening. So
like
yeah,
he's like I've been wanting to watch Kimono Friends for a while, like legitimately, because I've heard it's really good, and like, but at the same time, the animation is a big like fucking guard for that, because like it's made by one guy, for what I understand. So
Mhm.
like it's always been just like one guy in his basement, or like in his basement, or like in his office or something, pretty much,
in
just
his
making
mom's
it.
basement.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what it is, and fucking, from what I understand, it was like the only reason Kimono Friends blew up as much as it did was like just like word of mouth, pretty much just got around.
Well,
It
yeah,
was-
because
it was-
Crunchyroll promoted the fuck out of it.
Mhm.
yeah, it was supposed to. Yeah, it was supposed to. Like, it was supposed to be like the studio who did it was supposed to be like a filler thing. Like, it wasn't. It was supposed to be like a small thing. But then word got around from Japan about how good it, like the fucking around like anime circles. Like, dude, the animation's kind of shit, but there's actually something good here. And then it blew up. So
Yeah. I assume
So-
this is like a lot like what Kimono Friends was. Like, it's not technically good, but word of mouth is probably keeping it alive.
yeah, word of mouth is keeping live, because I've heard it's gotten a lot better. Although there does seem to be a more muted reaction to Kimono Friends, because Kimono Friends was really popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't doubt that Kimono Friends is probably really good. But also apparently the second season of that started, and apparently it's ass. So because
to
the
know.
original guy is not the original guy isn't involved, and so what they did was they basically took the first season, added like 4 more characters, and just is repeating the same shit.
Nice.
So,
Don't
so
you
it's
love
like-
when that happens?
merchandising, am I right?
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
so they
that
just
explains
did
a
it for
lot.
the they just did it for the sake of money.
Oh yeah, because Kimono Friends was one of the most successful anime of its year in terms of just pure merchandising. So
That's fun.
yeah, anime is a business, guys.
Yeah.
Anime
It is.
sucks.
You make
They
I
don't
money.
hate it.
They don't care
Here on
about
the
you.
Gap, here on the Gap, we recommend not watching anime.
Yeah, just
we
don't. It's
reckon-
not worth it.
Just don't. Actually, the only reason why we publish this fucking podcast is just because we need
We're
an excuse to watch
weebs.
anime. We need an excuse to watch anime.
I mean,
Yeah,
Jen
well,
is also right. We are pretty big
Jen's
weebs.
also
Yeah,
right.
we watch anime, so you don't have to. We
You
watch
know that's
anime.
not wrong.
No, we watched Nakaimo.
Yeah, don't remind me.
We watched Nakaimo.
We watched Taboo
We
Tattoo.
watched Taboo
I've seen
Tattoo.
that twice. I've seen Taboo Tattoo twice. Do you not know that? I watched it when it came out, and then I rewatched it for the podcast.
Yeah, it
That's-
still is terrible.
I feel
Yeah,
bad
it's
for
fucking
that.
funny. It's amazing.
Speaking of terrible, are there any other bad shows we want to mention before we move on?
Not really. This show's mostly this season's mostly mediocre, more so than just bad.
Yeah.
There's more mediocre shows than bad. I mean, you mentioned the obvious bad ones.
Yeah.
What?
Um,
I'm sorry.
apparently, Girly Air Force became garbage.
You know, I still
That's
enjoy
all.
it.
I dropped it because I was just bored, and I'm
I-
just like, this is just fucking Darling the Franks, and I really don't want to watch.
You know,
Darling the
you're
Franks
not
again.
you're not wrong, but I still enjoy it for what it is. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I do need the weebs though for a second, which is you and Matt. What the fuck is Adam trying to say with the show with all the redheads? What the fuck is that?
I think he's talking about
With all the redheads, Rams win equal watching Gridman. Pats win
with
equal.
all the redheads.
What are
I
you
think
talking
you might be talking about a hentai. I don't know.
I suggest not watching that then.
Oh, and Matt just dropped. Is he
Matt just
back?
came. Yeah,
I'm very confused for him right now. Not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
don't know what's happening.
I'm just gonna be like, don't watch hentai.
But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk to our guest Jen.
Yes, she's here.
Jen,
Yes,
have you been watching any seasonal shows?
Nope, not lately.
Well, there is that.
I just wanted to cover all our bases.
Guys, you know me. I live under
Oh,
a
he's
rock.
gonna watch the fucking. He's watching Quintessence.
Oh, not the
Quintuplet, I think.
quintuplet show.
In etchy.
It's not an etch. It's not an etch. It's not an etchy.
It's a
Just
harem.
letting you
Harem?
know. It's not
Harem?
an etchy. I've
it
heard
about?
it's really good. I actually want to
Okay.
watch it because I've heard it's very, very good. But like it got Mother's Basement fucking praise.
Approved? Okay.
It's anime Pope approved. So I
Anime
think
approved.
yeah, and I heard a doc about it. I'm like, you know what? This actually sounds really, really good.
Okay.
There's so
All right,
much
so
happening.
I think we're pretty much done talking about Cybercast.
Yeah, let's go to
Here's
news
a-
now.
Here's a fun fact, guys. You probably didn't notice this, but the only reason why we have a girl on the podcast right now is to get more views. Don't tell anybody.
All right, how do we kick Spencer?
Ouch.
You
Oh,
can't kick me. I'm a tri-host.
If I could punch you through my monitor right now.
I knew she
You'll
was
see
going to
me
say
on
that.
Monday. You can punch me then.
Yeah, just punch in tomorrow,
Very
dude.
true. Very true.
Yeah.
just for sponsors on. All right, let's get to the news. We have no news.
No news.
We have no. We got only a couple pieces of news. It's not really anything. In terms of news, the first big piece of news is that Promare revealed its trailer.
Yes.
Yes.
Which this is our actual first official look at Promare.
And it kind of looks crazy.
It looks insane. It looks pretty nuts. If you haven't seen the trailer, you can easily find it on YouTube. But it basically looks like Gurren Lagann.
If
with,
they're
like,
firefighters.
If they are firefighters, it honestly reminds me a lot of Gurren Lagann. Just straight
Oh
up
yeah,
Gurren
yeah,
Lagann.
absolutely.
Like, this is yeah. The trailer's great. They revealed the cast as well, and all the character images, and they also revealed when it would be coming out. It will be appearing in Japan in May. So hopefully we get it later this year over here.
That's earlier than I expected.
Yeah, but it's coming out in May. So Promare is
man.
coming.
I'm really excited to see firefighting. Yes.
Yes, yeah. Firefighting, yes.
Yes.
Firefighting Kamina.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. Let's be
He
real.
looks exactly like Kamina.
It's exactly like Kamina.
And the main villain is like a fucking like green haired girl. What looks like.
Who is setting fires
the main,
to everything.
by the way, the main villains are called the Mad Burnish, and they are a race and they are a race of flame wielding beings.
Okay.
So all the fires in the world are caused by these people.
Okay, my question is, what's with all the firefighting anime
I was
recently?
gonna say, thank you. I was gonna say, so that marks what the second or third firefighting based animated venture.
Because we got Promare in May, we have
Yes.
Fire Force
Fire
from
Force
David
was
Production
Fire
in the
Force.
fall.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, like
Both are probably
I
going to
don't
be
know. What,
rad as shit.
I don't know. Like it's a. And here's the thing: if we get more firefighting anime like that, it's gonna be rad.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
because I watched the trailer and sure, it's crazy from like all aspects, but specifically from a color design perspective, they went all fucking out with that shit.
are you talking about Promare?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's fucking aesthetically pleasing to the
Like
eye.
did
Also,
like someone walked up to them and was like, "Hey, here's the basic premise of color design," and then someone like tore it up and threw it in the toilet, and they're like, "Nah, we're just gonna like throw a rainbow at the screen."
the main character's name is Gallo Thymos, and he is Gallo Thymos.
What?
Thank you, Japan.
He's still in his teens, but he's got more attitude than anyone. He is a reckless meathead who runs headlong into the scene of a fire. He's straight up
He's
as a guy.
Kamina. He's
He's
just
Kamina.
Kamina.
If Kamina was a firefighter and said, "I'll take you on fire," and just runs in.
Okay, let's be real. If there was like a giant fire in Gurren, he would have ran straight into that.
Oh,
He would have
100%.
burned to death. There's a Leah the green-haired girl is named Leo Foyta. You got Cray Forsyth, who's the leader of the fucking Forsyth Foundation.
Cray Forsyth.
Forsyth Foundation. He
Dude.
used to research fireproof building materials, successfully developed an instant freeze bullet that can put out fires.
One of the person's names is fucking Vulcan Haskus. And then Mad Burnish.
Mad Burnish.
Mad Burnish, Mace, Gira, and Vulcan Hastus.
This movie sounds fucking
This
dumb.
is radical. Ignis X.
Ignis X.
Ignis X.
What is
X.
fucking? I love this.
Radical.
Fucking.
This is
fucking.
absolutely
The film
radical.
is directed by Hiroyuki Yamashi, and it's written by Kazuki Nishijima, who were both involved with Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann. Hiroki Sawano, who has worked on the music for several of Trigger's projects, including Kill la Kill, will be doing the music. There will be apparently a lot more CGI than previous Trigger efforts.
But that's okay because Trigger has proven they can do CG right.
Take a look at Gridman.
Exactly.
And it will be and since it's coming to theaters in May, and I'm hoping that it fucking rules, and it probably will. Our next piece of news has to do with a very annoying ass report from
This shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
For Dragon Ball. So we got news from an international media news website called World Screen, and it said that they were making more episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and everyone went nuts. And this site's usually pretty accurate. They're the ones who reported about the end of Super as well, so they've been pretty accurate on this stuff before. And then Toei came out and said we had denied all mention or announcements of Dragon Ball episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and said that the report is not true at the moment. I'm bringing this up because I don't know what to believe anymore.
Make up your fucking minds.
I think it's like I'm pretty sure Super's coming back.
Let's
at
be.
some point.
We've known this for like a while. We just need the official word at this point. And clearly they don't want to give the official word yet. So
yeah, are they ready? Are they just not? Are they letting Broly still in theater? Are they just letting Broly breathe?
they're probably they're probably just gonna let Broly die out, and then once that's done, they'll probably mention something.
Yeah, because Broly's still playing right now, and in Japan, and over here too, it's still playing.
Yeah, it's also killing it.
It's making so much money.
I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
Spoilers. Goku
Broly's
turns
in
into
it.
a boat.
Goku turns into a nice boat.
Are you? What the fuck?
Goku is in it, and Goku's in it, and he fights Broly.
Yeah, hey, spoilers, Jen. There are Dragon Balls.
Oh, really?
Spoiler alert, it's a Dragon
That's
Ball
kind of
movie.
that might be a spoiler because not every Dragon Ball movie has the dragon.
All of the modern ones do, so fuck.
Yeah, true. Yeah, all the modern ones do. But yeah, we're just bringing this up because this report makes Shane very angry.
Make up your fucking minds, guys.
And I just want to hear Shane get very mad.
Just hurry up and say it. Fuck.
All right. Our actual big piece of news has to do with news that dropped this past weekend, and that's the longtime founder of Funimation, Gen Fukunaga, is actually stepping down as general manager. He's been general manager since the beginning of Funi, and that he apparently he'll be stepping down from general manager and actually be promoted into a more chairman style role at the company. According to an internal memo from Fukunaga to staff, the company has begun a search for a new general manager, and that Fukunaga will work closely with them to ensure a smooth transition. He also said in the memo that he will continue to have oversight of the business and will focus on managing relationships with our content partners. He also said this change has been on the rise since Sony took a majority interest in the company back in 2017. and now that is the right time to begin the transition when Funimation is truly hitting its stride. So this is Sony,
Yeah, it figures.
pretty much, making the because since Gen Fukunaga is stepping in more into like a chairman role, like a chairman of the company, what change could this possibly mean for Funi? Because Gen Fukunaga has been the head of the general manager since the beginning. So
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that Funimation was like ran by a Japanese person. I was just assuming
he's Asian American, yeah.
Asian American. I always just assumed it was like a white guy because American business.
That's very
That's true.
it's very but yeah, Fukunaga founded Funimation in 1994, and ever since then he's been the general manager of Funimation. And because of Fukunaga, he was the one who fixed it. He was the one who helped Funi grow. He was the one who helped Sony make the deal with Sony go as smoothly as possible. He was the one who made the deal with Crunchyroll in the first place. He was the one who signed the first look streaming deal with Hulu a couple months ago. I don't know. I don't know. It all depends on who they get as the general manager.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who do they get to replace him?
Mm-hmm.
Is it someone inside of the company? Is it someone who's been heavily involved in the company business for a while?
Or is it someone that Sony's bringing in?
Is it someone that Sony's bringing in? I know that Chris Sabat has been taking more of a leadership role in the company, so maybe they get him.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting, but that means he would stop being in a lot of shows. He'd probably stop outside of the shows that he's already in. I'm not sure exactly who they get. My guess is they're probably going to get someone from outside of the company.
Yeah, more than likely. We know how Sony operates, so they're probably going to bring in someone from outside, put him in the GM position, and say, "Hey, anime."
Yeah, and Fukunaga's going to NSC, so it could be possible that they get some other guy, and then Fukunaga just. Which means that nothing will change, and that this is pointless.
Yeah.
It's just that you now get if Fukunaga makes the same decisions, he just gets paid like $1 million more.
Everyone wins.
And I mean, if we're going by more Asian style business practices, chairman is very, very powerful. It's more powerful than creating the company in Asian business practices. So if he is becoming more of a chairman type role, he'll still have a lot of power, but you still need somebody to be on the ground looking at the troops.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's the big news. That was the biggest news from this week is that Gen Fukunaga is stepping down. And that's all for news, pretty much. Now we're gonna move on to Blu-ray sales because I want to talk about I want to talk about Mirai because Mirai blew up.
Oh shit, Mirai came out?
Mirai came out on Blu-ray in Japan and is the best-selling Mamada hosted film
really?
On Blu-ray. Mainly thanks apparently due to its Oscar nomination.
That makes sense.
Oh, it did get nominated. Yeah.
Yeah,
it got best animated.
Yeah, it got nominated for Best Animated Feature, which it will lose to Spider-Verse, but
yeah, it
tried.
The fact that the Academy gave the nod is more than enough.
I would say, when was the last time in Japanese animated film got the nod? It probably
it was
film.
It was The Tale of Princess Kaguya, I think.
No idea.
I think so. I'm actually looking.
Yeah, please
gonna
do.
go look at.
Please look up because it wasn't your name. Your name got snuffed.
Your name got stubbed, and I blame Funimation for that. It was fucking. I think it was like a couple years. I think it was like a couple years ago. It was. It was. No, it wasn't. No, that was the last one nominated. It was Ghibli's final film of this. That was the last one they nominated. It was all the way back for the 2016 one. So it was 3 years ago. That was the last one nominated. But Mirai is actually, if you look it up, is actually the first non-Ghibli film.
That's what I was going to say.
To get a nomination, which is a huge deal.
It's funny because my next statement was going to be, "That's great," but when was the last one that wasn't Ghibli?
Mirai is the first one that was nominated that was not Ghibli, which is a huge deal. Which means that Mamoru Hosoda is the next fucking Miyazaki, pretty much basically. Now. Like, it's pretty much confirmed. Which I wouldn't have anyone else be the next Miyazaki, to be completely honest.
You know, everyone was saying fucking Shinkai. Fuck that.
Everybody else, I'm just kidding. God rest his soul.
God, who died?
Satoshi Kon.
Oh, right.
Guy made Paprika.
Right, yeah, I know. Tokyo Godfathers, I got you.
Yeah, Tokyo Godfathers. Fucking, also, Shinkai's output's kind of mixed outside of your name.
That is true, yes.
Because he kind of makes the same movie every time.
Remember when he actually tried to be Miyazaki and made The Children Who Chase Lost Voices or whatever?
And it kind of sucked.
And it kind of blowed.
Meanwhile, Mamoru Hosoda is like, yeah, I'm gonna make different kinds of films each time.
I got The Boy and the Beast. I got Wolf Children. I've got Girl Who Left Through Time. Summer Wars.
Wait, was Shinkai the one who did 5 centimeters per second?
Yes, that was Shinkai.
Okay.
Yeah. Outside of that, the biggest news is that Gridman is just exploding.
Good. It deserves it.
So Gridman actually went up from volume 1 to 2. So yeah, Gridman's blowing up.
If you have not watched Gridman, do yourself an actual favor and fucking watch Gridman.
Well, I mean, if the Rams win tonight, Adam's watching it, so that's good.
True. So come on, Rams. We need more people to get into this fucking tokusatsu.
I'm very excited for Grid. I'm very happy for Gridman. I think we'll get more Gridman after this. Actually,
I wouldn't mind a second season, to be perfectly honest.
If they do it like classic Tokatsu, they can just do another season and have it be a completely new cast.
Yeah. So, because I'm thinking, Trigger, the last show before this was Darling in the Franxx.
Yes.
How did Darling in the Franxx do sales-wise?
It did not as good as this. It did well. It did well. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't do nearly as well as this.
What was the one before Darling? What was the last one?
Ninja Slayer?
Ninja Slayer animation.
Yeah, I think it was Ninja Slayer. Or it was... Oh, no, it was Little Witch. Now, Little Witch is still the high... In terms of the best-selling, Little Witch is still their best-selling. So that's not anywhere near Little Witch.
Where does Luluco fit into this?
Luluco was a big old bomb. Didn't do very well. But in any case, Gridman's doing very well. Same with Zombieland Saga, which is still selling copies.
Good.
Give us more Zombieland.
And with that, I think we're pretty much done with that. So I think it's time we move on to our featured anime of the podcast, because I think that's what everyone is actually here to talk about. Our featured anime of the podcast is our first long-running show we're covering on the podcast.
The first of many, hopefully. Wink.
Yes, the first of many. Hopefully, first of many. And we will be, and it's going to, and it will be. It is not the first. It is not the first one. It is the action adventure fantasy shonen called Hunter x Hunter, directed the 2011 version. Directed by Hiroshi Kojima and written by Atsushi Makiawa. It was from Studio Madhouse, and we are going to be covering the first two arcs from it, which is the Hunters and Hunter exams arc and the Heaven's Arena arc, and that lasted for 38 episodes and they aired from October 2nd, 2011 to July 7th, 2012. And if you currently want to watch Hunter x Hunter 2011, you can find it on Crunchyroll. Is it only Crunchyroll?
It is only Crunchyroll, yeah.
Yeah, it's only Crunchyroll. It was on Netflix at one point, but they took it off.
Yeah, at some point, which I don't remember, but it was a while ago that it was on Netflix.
But if you wish to watch it, you can do that. And it's also currently licensed by Viz Media, so if you want to buy it from them, you can.
The only way to legally watch the dub, by the way.
Yeah, outside of Toonami. Pretty much outside of Toonami, that's the only way to watch the dub. Actually, I think you can watch it on Adult Swim's website. I could be wrong, though.
I don't think you can watch all of it, though. But anyway...
all right. So we're gonna be covering the Hunter exam arc first. So the Hunter exam arc is the first 26 episodes of the series. Technically, first 21. If you want to get technical, episodes 22 to 26 are a separate mini arc, but that would just kind of like slapping onto this because it's irrelevant. To talk about just 5 episodes on their own.
Yeah. Fuck it. No.
I think, according to the wiki, it's the only quote-unquote unofficial arc of...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also, episode 26 is a recap, so fuck.
Yeah,
it's like 4 episodes. But with us, we're going to talk about Hunter x Hunter, if you don't know the premise, follows a young kid by the name of Gon. He's around 12 years. He's 12?
Yeah, 12.
12.
Yeah, 12 years old. Who has not been around his entire life. Instead, his father left him when he was very, very young because he is a hunter. Hunters in this world are people who hunt something. Pretty self-explanatory. They hunt basically whatever. Ruins, treasures, monsters, other criminals, other hunters. Doesn't matter. They're in the world, but they're in the world and they help essentially keep the peace and as well and kind of like explore on the massive amounts of uncharted areas in this world. Gon wants to become a hunter like his father, so he enters the hunter exams, a deadly set of challenges that teach people on how to become hunters. The only thing is that one, he's a rookie, and rookies barely ever pass, and then there's a high chance of death or failure within this exam. Pretty much 1 in 10 million people pass the exam every year. So Gon, along with the couple of friends he makes, make their way through the hunter exams in order to become hunters. That's pretty much the premise of this first arc.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
This is the first time that Spencer has watched Hunter x Hunter. So Spencer, what do you think of Hunter x Hunter?
Yo, this shit's radical.
That's my thoughts, basically.
This shit, man, there are very few anime. Actually, I think the last anime that I did the whole like binge watch 15 episodes in a row kind of thing was Haikyuu. And if you know how much I adore Haikyuu, you basically get what I think about Hunter x Hunter so far.
That's very high praise coming from Spencer.
It's a long runner. And normally, with most anime, if there's a second season that we don't do on the G.A.P, I won't watch the second season. But I'm ready and willing to get right into your canoe. I want more Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Bucket, what did you think of this arc in particular?
Hunter's Exam?
Yeah.
Hunter's Exam is, I would say, now, I'm through this, I want to make one thing clear, which is I'm drawing a distinct difference between the shonen of Hunter x Hunter and the shonen of Bleach. So if I make reference to something like Bleach, that's a different type of shonen. So I'm going to stick more to your Hunter x Hunter, One Piece type of shonen.
Yeah.
And this might be arguably one of the greatest first arcs in adventure shonen genre. It gives you everything nice and simple and explains it properly. I genuinely love this arc. I love all the characters. Madhouse does an outstanding job with the animation. Like, holy shit. And the dub is really, really good. So.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that later on, because we all watched dub for this.
Yeah.
Which was the first time. I know Jen watched the dub originally when she watched it, but the rest of us this was the first time we'd seen the dub.
Yeah, this is the first time I watched the dub. This is also the first time I've watched Hunter x Hunter in like 7 years. So like this has been a very, very long time since I've seen this arc. Again. It holds up. It really holds up. It's really fucking good. Particularly from an animation perspective, this really impressed me because it's a long runner, but it looks as good as it does. I think that's kind of impressive. Shane, what do you think of Hunter x Hunter?
Okay, so I have a weird story with Hunter x Hunter because I had heard about it for the longest time. People kept telling me, yo, Hunter x Hunter is the shit. And then I didn't end up watching it until one of my closest friends, who arguably Hunter x Hunter is her favorite show, she was like, watch Hunter x Hunter. And I was like, all right, I got nothing else to watch. Let me sit down on this, watch this shit. I was hooked, like, immediately. Like, as soon as Gon left Whale Island, I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm ready. And Hunter x Hunter is one of those weird shows where it arguably just gets better and better as it goes. Like, sure, there are some dips here and there, arguably. Some people would argue. But for the most part, it just keeps ramping up in quality, both in terms of storytelling, characterization, and animation. And I agree with Spencer. I think this first arc, the Hunter exam, is probably the best introduction to Hunter x Hunter that we possibly could have gotten. Like, it explains everything about the world, how people operate within it. It explains, you know, the laws and the rules to which it abides by. And it's just a really great introduction to this world that only gets bigger and vaster from here on out.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Jen, what do you think of the Hunter exams? Because you've seen Hunter x Hunter because you watched Hunter x Hunter a little bit ago and you absolutely fell in love with it. What do you think of the Hunter exams?
I mean, like Shane said, I absolutely fell in love with it. Actually, from the first episode, just everything is explained. The character designs are incredible. The characters themselves have, like, their own personalities. It's just... The Hunter exam itself, you get to see all these different characters, and each one of them has their own personality, and I think that's something you don't really get to see a lot of. So I absolutely loved it. Gon is adorable.
Yeah, he's a little shit, though.
He's a little shit, yeah. And just getting to meet all the characters, like Kurapika, Leorio. You get to see their strengths, their weaknesses. You get to see, basically, their own way of getting through the Hunter exam.
Yeah. All right, so let's dig deeper. All right, so time to talk about favorite episodes. All right, so this is going to be...
shit, here we go.
Yeah, this is a hard one to talk about because there's a lot of really good episodes in this first arc. But let's go with Shane. Shane, which one is your which episode is your favorite? Okay. From this first arc.
Like you said, there's a lot of good choices for favorite episode, but to me, there was no other choice than episode 16.
That's mine as well.
Yeah, I figured we were gonna have the same. Oh, Jen, okay. I figured like a lot of us were gonna have the same one. He doesn't have 16.
So let's talk about 16 first then.
Yeah, because 16 is fucking dope.
16 is amazing. The 16 is pretty much just the fight between. It's pretty much just Gon versus Hisoka round 1, pretty much.
Yeah, where he's trying to get his tag in the 4th phase, and it does such a good. This is one thing I love about Hunter x Hunter in general. It's like it does such a great job of setting up conflict. Like the conflict between Gon and Hisoka has been building pretty much since the exam started, and Now we finally get to see not only Gon's intelligence and how he strategizes how he's going to one-up Hisoka, but we also get to see a lot of the darker nature of Hunter x Hunter that becomes very prominent later on. Because Hisoka is fucking crazy.
Hisoka is insane, and he just wants to kill. He wants to fucking fight. He's just he's bloodthirsty, and when he doesn't get what he wants, he gets very, very mad.
This episode basically sums up Hisoka's character perfectly. Like, he's playful, but he's also sinister. He's childlike, but he's also deadly. It's like he's such a great character, which we'll talk about him later on. But the way that this episode sets up the conflict between him and Hisoka and them finally clashing, and then, you know, the aftermath of Gon finally one-upping him, it's just great overall. I love it. Go on, someone else talk. Oh, did the thing drop? I think the thing dropped. Oh, no. Well, we'll be right back. After a message from our sponsors. This episode's sponsored by Apple. I guess. I don't know. This always happens. Every time. Every time. Don't worry. We'll be back soon. Don't worry about it. Just gotta reset my fucking internet and, you know, Discord has to stop being stupid or whatever. I don't know. Discord is a piece of shit. I hate it. I hate it so much. We will be back momentarily. Hurry up. Please hurry up.
Hello, Shane.
Hi. Discord
exploded.
Yep.
All right.
We can't have a podcast without Discord exploding, at least once.
What did you hear?
Nothing. It cut out right after I was done my piece.
All right, so I was talking about how, like, I love the defining moment for Hisoka's character here is when Gon is running off with his tag, gets attacked by another applicant, the one who was hunting him. Hisoka comes along, kills that guy.
Yeah, just straight up murks.
And then gives Gon his tags back. Like, that's just such a fascinating moment to me, and I think, like, just from a character point of view.
Yeah, because it's like, why would he bother, right?
Yeah, why would he bother? And we still kind of don't know. Like, we never exactly know what Hisoka's big deal is with Gon and a couple other people. He just does he just does it for no reason. It seems like no reason. The guy seems certifiably insane. Mm-hmm.
He's a creepy clown.
He's a creepy clown, man. He should be in jail.
He's a creepy clown man who should be in jail, and yet for some reason, fangirls in Japan seem to love him. I don't know why.
Well, I
mean, I love him.
I know exactly why. I mean, have you seen that shower scene?
Ooh. Oh, dude, we'll get
don't
to
remind
that.
me.
Oh,
look at that fucking Heaven's Field.
Yeah, just having a Heaven's
Yes,
Field?
Heaven's Field.
Heaven's
Spencer.
Field, Spencer. Oh my god.
I know it's Heaven's Arena. We'll get to that when we get to the arc.
But anyway, speaking of that moment, I love the aftermath when Gon tries to give him the tag back because he's like, "No, this isn't how I wanted it," and then he just straight up knocks him the fuck out. It's like, bruh, don't give me my tag back, like, you little bastard.
Hey, Spencer, what's your favorite?
Give me the tag back when you can punch me and beat me. My favorite episode is episode 18, Big Time Interview. It is the end of stage 4. It's the one where Gon and Kurapika and Yorio and all that are they get out of the cave with the poisonous snakes.
Oh, fuck you, that one.
Because they have forget her name.
Hansu,
thank you. They have Hansu like use the sleeping gas, and she's like, yeah, but what about people that can hold their breath? And Gon just goes, I can hold mine for 19 minutes. That's my record. And I'm like, fucking Gon.
He's a crazy mountain kid, dude.
He was a crazy mountain kid who got to be a hunter because he caught the king of the lake, where it was called. The god of the ocean.
You mean the master of the swamp?
Thank you, master of the swamp. Big ass fish. But that part was cool, but the part that gets me, that I found really interesting, is the interview that Netero has with all of the past applicants. And Netero's like, who are you looking forward to in this competition? And they're like, this person.
Most of the answers are kind of the same.
Yeah, like Hisoka or Killua. Or a couple of people say Gon, but like, and then he's like, well, who wouldn't you want to fight in the final stage? And they're like, once again, pretty the same answers, like Hisoka, Killua, Gon. Kurapika says nobody.
Kurapika.
I'll take anyone on.
Kurapika's a fucking bitch.
Kurapika don't care. Kurapika will.
Yo, Kurapika's a fucking badass. Don't shit talk my boy.
Yeah.
None of us are. Trust me. I ain't getting ahead of those fucking red eyes. Are you kidding me? But
I still.
It's a really good kind of small look into like the thought process of the characters. And it's like, who would they rather fight? And it's like,
Yeah, I completely agree. It really delves into like how each one operates on a mental level. And it's actually, yeah, I agree. It's actually really interesting to see how each of them react to the same scenario.
Yeah, same two questions. Also, Netero is amazing.
Oh, Netero is
is one of my favorites. I love that guy.
Oh, just wait until fucking Chimera Ant, dude.
Oh!
Yeah! Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
Spencer, you are going to love Chimera Ant.
Did Matt just have an orgasm?
Yeah, I remember what he did in Chimera Ant. But in any case, let's talk about characters, because one of the things that makes Hunter x Hunter as good as it does is its characters.
Yep.
Let's talk about let's pick our absolute favorite character for this arc. This arc specifically, not the entire show. Entire show is very different. But let's talk about our favorite character for this particular arc, because it will depend on arc.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying, who didn't pick Hisoka?
Me.
And only Spencer, once again.
Only Spencer did not pick Hisoka. So let's talk about Hisoka this arc, because, oh boy,
Hisoka is the best part of early Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, like
For real.
Without a doubt. I love Hisoka. I love him as a villain. I love him as a character. I love him just in terms of his personality. I
just love Hisoka.
Yeah,
he's a mix of.
Great.
Yeah, he's like a perfect mix of sinister threat. He's a sinister and also surprisingly like Hisoka's actually like just really funny too.
Yeah, he is.
He has like he's really good when it comes like fucking. I love just there's this air, especially in this first arc. There's this air of like this mysterious aura about him.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck his deal is.
Yeah, deal is. I love how they set up Nen in this arc. By the way,
oh yeah, the foreshadowing.
Well.
Yes.
Yeah. Just with but just the way that like I still think one of my favorite moments for Hisoka is episode 17 is when he's going for the kill on that one guy and he just completely like is completely silent. And it's almost like he's like the Reaper of Death in that moment. Like he's like Hisoka only shows up when he wants to kill someone. So when he shows up, you know shit's about to go down, and that
somebody gonna die.
Yeah, someone gonna fucking die.
Somebody's dying.
No, Hisoka's. Go on.
If it wasn't for him, it would be Kurapika. If it wasn't him, it would have been Kurapika. Kurapika in the second half doesn't really do as much. So
he's basically gone after York knew. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Spencer, who's your favorite character this arc?
My favorite character of the Hunter's Exam arc is... we'll say for this arc it's Kurapika.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Kurapika.
I love Kurapika. It's my boy.
I mean, who doesn't?
I haven't checked the popularity polls, but I'll tell you.
Yes.
I mean, if you love Kurapika now, just wait until York knew.
Yes.
So,
That is
We're
his
in for a
art.
treat.
So Kurapika, who doesn't have a last name, as I checked.
He's just Kurapika.
I thought he had a last name, and technically speaking, if he did have a last name, it would probably be Kurta.
Yeah, but that's the name of his
Kurt-
clan.
a
That's
Kurt-
not a family.
yeah.
That's the name of his clan, yeah.
Yes,
Also,
I know.
Kurta is not just a clan; it's a species. It's a race. They're a completely separate race of people.
Well, shit.
Really?
That explains the
hang on.
eyes.
Yeah, they're a completely different race of. They're actually a completely different race of people. Something that both adaptations of something that's specified in the manga and was left out of both adaptations.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, which is odd to me. Why would you cut that? But
Yes,
both adaptations do cut weird stuff out of the manga, but whatever. But yeah, talk about Kurapika, Spencer.
So Kurapika kind of baited me for a bit.
Yeah, you thought he was a girl.
He baited
Rookie
me,
mistake.
but not as badly as the fucking cat boy did in ReZero, our last podcast. But when I first met him and he didn't say anything, I was like, oh, it looks like a 15, 16-year-old girl, like whatever. And then he speaks, and I'm like, oh, that's a boy.
That's a dude.
That's
That's
dude.
a dude. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, my goal is to avenge my clan that was murdered by the Phantom Troop. A
For
group
their
of evil people for their eyes. Because when the Kurta clan gets emotional, their eyes turn red and they become like primal, and they do some crazy shit. So they give Kurapika's backstory like episode 3. They're like, yeah, this is what's happening, and then you get the rest of it when they're running in the tunnel. I think episode 6.
No, let's say episode 4, dude.
4. You know why? Because the first episode list I used, I accidentally looked at the 99 series. And
Yeah,
their
don't make that
episodes are
mistake.
different. Yeah,
I made that mistake.
Yeah, when I
Their
told
episodes are
when I told
different.
Jen to watch Hunter x Hunter, I was specifically talking about 2011, and then she's
I
like,
didn't
"Yo,
know
I'm
that."
watching this," and I'm like, "What version are you watching? That's 99." She's like, "What?"
Okay, I will say the 99 one is still good.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's very good. It's just that this one's better. But
I will argue that the voice acting in the 99 one is better, though.
okay, guys, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the voices in the 98 one.
well, Jen, it's been fun having you on
particularly
the podcast.
Leorio. Leorio's annoying and grating in the 98 one. I can't stand him.
Okay, that I can agree with, but I find Killua and Kurapika's voice in the 99 one does sound better. It sounds actually like a guy.
Well, that's what happens when you have all your male characters voiced by women.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's why I argue that the 99 one has better.
Wait. Sorry, Kurapika's 17.
Yeah,
Kurapika.
Yeah.
Kurapika is the
I thought
second
that-
oldest of the group.
Yeah, I thought that he was 15.
nope.
No.
He is 17. He is 17. And I
Leorio
love
is
him.
19?
19,
Leorio's
yes.
19, yeah.
Leorio's
Yeah.
19, and the other two are 12.
I'm surprised
But,
you didn't pick Leorio for your favorite character for this arc.
I was going to, because he has one of my favorite episodes, but as a whole, personality-wise, I love them both, but Kurapika is just this overly stoic, calm person who's like, Leorio, you're an idiot. And
Leorio's kind of an idiot.
Well, yeah.
And then Leorio's like, yeah, well, here's my backstory, and then I cried a little bit, because that's a sad backstory. But yeah, no, Kurapika, you guys have fucking talked up Kurapika's Nen power so much.
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna
Absolutely. You're gonna flip.
Arguably, he's probably the most broken character in the entire series.
So,
like, unironic. That or Killua.
Killua's Nen power is pretty awesome.
Like, and we'll talk about Nen once we get to the next part, but
Yeah,
Kurapika's a favorite character.
yeah, Kurapika. But of course, with a with the favorite, there must come a least favorite, and I think everyone's got the same least favorite character.
Yeah,
Probably.
let's preface this again. Who doesn't have Tonpa for least favorite? There you go.
There you go. Tompa's
That
a
fucker's
bitch.
dead. He's actually
Tompa is a bitch. Tompa is a shit disturber, and I hate everything about him.
like straight up. He's dead, right? Like,
He's probably dead.
He got left on that fucking island,
he got
dude.
left
He's
on that
gone.
island.
And they stole
Dude's
his
fucking
dad.
dead.
Good.
Yeah.
After the fucking shit that he pulled through this entire fucking arc,
Yeah, Tompa deserves to die.
trying to poison Gon, but it doesn't matter because Gon is immune to poisons. Apparently,
That's Killua. That's Killua.
No, that's
Sorry,
Killua.
Gon.
No,
Sorry.
no, Gon has an acute sense of taste, so he can taste
That's
poison.
it. That's it.
I love how
like,
Leorio was just about to drink it like an idiot.
Leorio is an idiot.
And then it hard cuts
He
to
is.
Kurapika just pouring the can on the ground.
I still think some of the background stuff with Kurapika is the best stuff in the entire show. By the way,
Oh yeah.
just the background, like the expressions that he makes, are fucking hilarious.
Because
Uh,
he's looking like, imagine being in a group of people in which you have two children, one of them is naive, the other one's insane, and a almost 20-year-old idiot, and you're the only one who uses common sense. Would you not just do what Kurapika does and just fucking spike the camera? That's basically what he does. He spikes the lens, like every
pretty sure-
scene.
Kurapika's kind of an idiot in his own way, though. So
Yes.
like. It's not a Shonen series, but every character is kind of a dumbass.
That's
But
true.
but
But yeah, Tompa
but yeah,
a little bitch.
Tompa's a
Mhm.
bitch, and I'm so glad that fucking
He died.
yeah.
dead.
Although he does get one of the funniest moments in the fucking the first arc when he fucking goes up against that one guy
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And just gives up.
and just
AKA
gives up immediately.
My background,
AKA the
my
best
fucking
reaction
wall-
shot.
Yeah.
My background, my wallpaper is just that scene where it's just all four of them just staring like, what?
In complete disbelief.
It's the funniest thing ever.
Because it's a 100% hard cut. Like, it hard cuts to just, and it has that shonen style, like, gong, like,
Like,
Dong.
dong.
You can tell it's a shonen when you hear that fucking noise. But I just love fucking that scene. But yeah, Tompa's a bitch.
Tompa bitch.
Let's talk about other things we like about the series. Let's talk about the animation of this.
Yeah, the animation's really good, and
It is.
why is it this good if it's a long runner? I don't get it.
Well, the first section was not supposed to be a long runner.
That's
it was
true.
supposed
Yes.
to be a fun fact about Hunter x Hunter. It was supposed to be a seasonal show. They're going to do like 25 episodes a season, which means they were going to try to condense York New into 12 episodes. Do you know that?
No.
Lol.
That would have been
Not happening.
It was It's Madhouse. I think they could have done it, but they were going to do 12 episodes a season. Like to 12 to 30, like to 25 episodes a season. What they did, but Hunter x Hunter exploded, and they were forced by investors to make it a long runner. And by investors, Shueisha told them to do it.
Yeah,
so
fuck you, Shueisha.
fuck you, Shueisha.
they tried to do the same with My Hero, but Bone said no. So
Oh, God.
Uh,
Imagine if fucking My Hero was a long runner.
I would still watch it though.
Yeah, true.
But you think that's like, we'd still be watching it week to week and still be like, it's so good.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
We're the actual worst.
But
But in any case,
I'm just super impressed with, even with the pressure against them by Shueisha turning it into a long runner, that they managed to keep it as consistently good visual wise as they did.
Yeah,
With that being said,
really
I
impressive.
completely understand from a business standpoint why Madhouse will never touch this again.
Oh no, no, definitely
oh yeah,
not.
no god.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine having the initial plan to make this a bunch of seasons,
And
but
also
then
to make sure the Dark Continent arc like actually had some material.
yeah,
Um,
but then Shueisha comes in, kicks down your door, and yells at your animators, and the animators are like, we just want to get paid more than Madhouse pays us. And then Madhouse goes, we also want to make this not a long runner. We also had an idea, what if we had multiple openings? And then Shueisha said, shut the fuck up, you get one.
You get one
but they
song,
changed-
just change the visuals.
Just change the visuals.
yeah, one song, change the visuals, and have a second version of the song just in case.
But
yeah.
EDs, you guys are fine for EDs. Just make multiple EDs, whatever.
Yeah, but in any case, the animation in this show is really good, particularly in the fight scenes.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Oh yeah.
you can
definitely.
tell it's a Madhouse show.
Yes.
yeah, because it looks very, very good. Let's also talk about the music to the
music-
show.
Yes.
For as limited as the music is, it's surprisingly good.
I
Yeah,
forget
it's
who did
very
them.
good. It's the same composer as Death Note, so
That's it, yes. And those are Death Note and a bunch of other stuff. And it shows.
Yeah, the music just really captures like the whimsy of Hunter x Hunter, like the adventure side of things.
yeah, I still think that like once we get into Chimera Ant, the music gets a ton better.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, I forgot. Beyblade.
Oh yeah,
God damn it.
Fucking the music is really good. The OP again is really damn good. The OP reminds me a lot of like a '90s shonen, pretty much.
Oh,
like a
yeah,
100%.
It's super fucking catchy.
Departure is really, really catchy, and I also want to give a special shout out to ED1 by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. They really could have just kept that the entire show. And
I honestly wouldn't complain.
It's so
although
good.
I do also like the second ED.
The second ED. The third ED is the best one that isn't the first one.
Okay.
What else is good about the show, Shane, that we haven't mentioned yet that you want to talk about?
We haven't really talked about when Hunter x Hunter gets dark yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
that's
because
something
this is
that
not
the
the
show...
arc it gets dark. This isn't really the arc where it gets dark. It doesn't get dark to. It doesn't. It's not till around York New that it starts to hit.
When it gets really super dark. But I love how in this first arc they really plant the seeds for that later down the road, because Hunter x Hunter really does foreshadowing really damn well.
Yes, they do.
And it's just they set things up in advance so that when things happen, it doesn't feel like it came out of nowhere, because you're like, oh yeah, they've been setting this up since like episode 4 or something.
Yeah, and like this, like people die in the Hunter exams.
People die left and right in this fucking exam, dude.
And they treat it so casually too. And think about, and like I think the thing about it that's most terrifying is that Gon doesn't even think about it.
No, Gon doesn't bat a second eye, dude.
Yeah. When Gon doesn't, the only one who really does is Leorio.
But then again, Leorio is arguably the most normal out of all of them.
Yeah, he just wants to be a doctor. That's all.
Leorio just wants to help people.
Like when they're hanging in the spider's nest to get the eggs, and people just fall down the cliff and die. Leorio's just like, dude, that's fucked up. And Gon's just like, hey, the wind's coming. We need to get eggs.
And Gon's like, that's fucked up. Gon's like, yay!
Gon is just so naive.
I already
Like,
know.
He's absent-minded.
I'm expecting that Yorknu, I really Green Island, and then Chimera Ant. I'm just gonna start hating some of these characters.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
I love, but yeah, this show does like the dark stuff really well, but it also balances it. There's a lot of wit to the writing here.
Yeah.
With the humor and stuff, but especially when it comes to the character banter, particularly between Leorio and Kurapika, because their banter is
they have the best
funny.
dialogue.
Their banter is very, very funny.
They're like, I would watch a Hobbs and Shaw spin-off with Kurapika and Leorio. Like, what were they doing during Or I guess
what they're doing to Heaven's Arena. Not
yeah,
being together.
not much. Leorio would just be like 6 episodes of just him reading a book.
Yeah, it would just be 6 episodes of him in a library.
Him in a library. It would be 6. It would be 1 episode of him desperately trying to get OSAP.
Not in this economy.
That hit too close to home.
Yep.
But in any, I really love the banter between characters. I still think the best aspect though of not just this arc, but all of Hunter x Hunter. I'm going to say it now, so I don't have to repeat myself in Heaven's Arena, and that's the friendship between Gon and Quilla.
Mm-hmm.
Quilla.
Yes.
That's the absolute best part of the entire show, and has always been.
The character development is also just amazing throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their friendship is easily my favorite part of the show. Real, genuine friendship. There's, real, genuine friendship. It's extremely likable. It's fucking adorable shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's very natural too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like a couple of kids. That's how it would happen if you had 2 kids just meet out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, I'm Gon. I'm Killua. Want to be friends? Sure."
No, want to be friends. Oh, it turns out that we like most of the same things. We do most of the same things.
We're the same age. It just fits.
Hey, Gon, did you know that I come from a family of assassins? Gon, neat.
Literally.
Did you know I come from an island that's shaped like a whale?
Bill?
Cool.
It's called Whale Island.
Cool. Because they act like that's the good thing about that is that Gon and Quilla, they actually act like kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was 12 years old once. I've probably said most of this stuff except for my family's assassins, and also I come from an island shaped like a whale. But
except for my crazy dad, grandpa, mom, sister, brother.
Oh no!
I love it. Gon's I don't have Gon be like, I don't have a mom or dad. Quilla, I wish I didn't have a mom or dad. Which I do think it's an interesting comparison
Dynamic.
because both want exactly what the other one doesn't, and I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
And I mean, why do you want your father when you have the greatest aunt in the world?
Yeah.
Aunt Mito is my heart. I fucking love her to death. She's one of the best mother characters I have ever seen in an anime.
And she doesn't that's revolutionary, dude. She's not she doesn't die.
Yes.
I don't know about later, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't die in the
Nah,
manga.
she alive.
No, she's still alive.
Yeah, she's
good.
Why would she die? She stays on Whale Island all day.
was
Nothing
saying,
ever goes
She knows
there.
what she's doing. Fucking and she unless someone goes after Gon, which is not going to happen because
no.
Quilla's no, don't use your fucking hunter license here. Quilla is pretty much just Gon. I'm about to do something. That's pretty much Gon and Quilla in a nutshell.
Yes,
Yeah.
with all of the stutter and lag.
I apologize for that stutter and lag, then.
well, I accept your apology.
But Gon, I'm about to do something stupid. Quilla, actually, don't do that. But their friendship in a nutshell.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
do that, Gon. Okay.
And when it's the full group, it's Gon, I'm gonna do something stupid. Killua, don't do that. Kurapika, really don't do that. Leorio, I've already done that.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, we talked about the positives. Let's talk about some negatives because no series is ever perfect.
This arc has a few pacing issues.
This
Yes,
arc does have a
right.
few pacing issues. It's got a few pacing issues. Some sections go by faster than others, particularly in the beginning. And most of that's an issue with the fact that it's a FMA 03 situation again. There was already an adaptation of Hunter x Hunter from back in 98, and because of that, and went through the Hunter exam in a lot more detail, specifically the early portions. So this first section, like the first couple of episodes, do kind of rush through. Like the first like section. Like the first episode covers like 3 to 4 chapters.
Yeah.
And you can tell because it's fast.
Yeah,
it's really
and there's
fast.
stuff that was in those chapters that's just blatantly missing.
The first chapter is basically skipped.
Yeah, the first chapter, actually, we meet a character that we're not going to meet until later on in Chimera Ant, but they show up right at the beginning, and that's not in this adaptation.
They show up, and it's all about like the first couple of chapters of the manga actually focus solely on Gon. Meanwhile, the first episode introduces Gon, but then immediately goes to Kurapika and Leorio, who are and it's really fast. Once you get past the second phase, I feel it slows down a bit and fixes itself. But there's definitely that first couple of episodes which are really fast, and you're kind of like, oh!
It's just some things feel weirdly fast, and other things feel weirdly slow at times. And like, I'm the shonen guy. I don't care about pacing because I've seen all of it. It doesn't bother me, and it didn't bother me when I watched this. But looking for it, you can definitely tell there's some inconsistent pacing here.
It's definitely there. Also, Hunter Exam, I feel personally falls into a lot of traps other shonen do in their first do, and that's can they please shut the fuck up for once? Okay,
to be fair, Matt, that's Hunter x Hunter in a nutshell, though.
Yeah. I was gonna bring it up. That's actually a problem I have with Hunter x Hunter in general. Hunter x Hunter, for as good as the dialogue is, for as good as the direction and the writing is, it does exposition really bad. Exposition's easily the weakest part of this show. They'll spend like entire episodes just explaining something.
Like, hey, this cool thing just happened. Let me spend the next 20 minutes explaining exactly how it happened in excruciating detail. Okay, here's my PowerPoint.
It does.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
It does, dude. Jen, you might sound like you're joking, but it wouldn't surprise me if Togashi did a TED Talk on Nen.
Oh yeah, talk on Nen. Nen requires a TED Talk.
All right. Thanks for coming to my Nen talk.
But no, I agree with Matt completely. It does show don't tell, and then immediately goes, okay, now I'm just gonna tell.
We're gonna show you exactly how this happened, and then we're just gonna explain it to all of you because you're idiots, right?
You just showed me. I understand what you're talking about. You showed me. I know how it works. Why are you spending the rest of the episode? Let me check. I have 10 minutes of this episode left. Why are you spending 10 minutes explaining this? I understand Bungee Gum.
I love Togashi as a writer. I think he's honestly unrivaled when it comes to character writing in some places. But god damn, he fucking blows when it comes to exposition.
He blows when it comes to exposition. People like Oda and Horikoshi completely beat him when it comes to that when it comes to exposition, people like Oda and Horikoshi are still unbeaten in terms of
unbeaten, but hell, even Tabata.
Yeah. Tabata doesn't do much exposition at all.
No. He just goes, here's an action sequence, here you go, figure it out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, have you ever seen a fucking manga panel for Hunter x Hunter?
Literally the entire page is text. It's like you're just reading a book.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Especially when they get into really intricately explaining Nen powers. There's 2 straight pages that's just
because apparently he based the powers to the way the fights work a lot out of JoJo. And I have the same issue with JoJo sometimes, that JoJo will over-explain stuff. And I get it. Hunter x Hunter is a very tactical-based shonen. Its fights are less based around power levels and just cool shit, more so around thinking and just tactics. I get it. So there's going to be a little bit more explaining when it comes to the audience can follow along, but it doesn't need this much.
No,
it doesn't need this much at all. Particularly when Kurapika's involved.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes I just want to go to Kurapika and be like, oh yeah, Mr. Smarty Pants, what do you do? Fucking what else do you fucking know? But outside that is pretty much my only issues with this arc.
I will say, and I'm going to go a bit into the into the next arc, Heaven's Arena. But the exposition of Bungee Gum is the worst I've seen it so far, because it's like, you showed us. I can see how Bungee Gum works.
Like,
You even had Hisoka explain it briefly how Bungee Gum works.
Okay, like...
I don't need Wing and Killua and Gon looking at a TV screen explaining how Bungee Gum works for the third time.
Okay, Matt and I talked about this last night. The issue isn't with the Wing stuff, because the Wing stuff is actually pretty interesting, and it really delves into, how Nen works. It's the Hisoka stuff, where with him explaining himself how he beat Castro. It's like, please shut up. Get on with it.
Can you say narcissist?
I call it Nen talk, by the way. I call this problem, like with Hunter x Hunter, I call it Nen talk.
Yeah, please. Thanks for coming to my Nen talk.
I call it Nen talk because it happens every time there's a Nen power that we haven't seen before, and it does something weird, and we're like, and then it's like, how'd you do that? Well, let me explain.
Here, let me bring down the projector. Let me get my pointer out.
But yeah, that's my. Anything else anyone wants to talk about for Hunter exams before we get scores for Hunters?
Jen, do you have any issues with Hunter exam?
No, not really. We've basically covered everything.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Honestly, I think one of my favorite parts, though, even though my favorite episode is 16, the part where Killua is faced with Illumi.
Oh yeah, the Illumi stuff is great.
And he's just like, I just want to be friends with Go, and it's like, it made me want to cry, because it's like, you see the progression of Killua from being this kind of distant, like, not so much violent in the way that Hisoka is, but he's kind of cold towards people. You see how he just kind of, he meets Gon, and he's basically just allowed to be a kid. And you kind of see how that affects him, and it's really adorable.
And then Illumi's like, no, you are a cold-blooded killer. You can't have friends.
I just want to give Cruella a hug.
Yes.
I just want to hug him. And
yes, I want to give Killua a hug, and also, I love him.
Spencer's looking up panels from Hunter x Hunter, and he's
Yeah,
that's too much writing, Togashi.
Dude, that's like baseline for Hunter x Hunter. Just saying.
Yeah.
I showed Sade, like, someone fucking, like, did, like what if Togashi wrote Dragon Ball, and it's so fucking funny.
It's literally, they just take an entire page that's like 3 action panels, and they completely gut it, and just fill it with expository text about how Goku shot a Kamehameha or something.
Also,
just
one more thing to add onto that is, it's not even good exposition, it's really clunky.
Yeah. As good a writer as Togashi is, he can be clunk sometimes.
Yeah, he's clunk when it comes to exposition. I've always said it was clunk during Yu Yu too. He's clunk during Yu Yu as well when it comes to exposition, because that Yu Yu has a similar problem at points.
Really?
And it's weird. But in any case, I think it's time for final scores for
Hunter exam.
Hunter exam. Spencer, what you give it?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
All right, Shane?
Same, 9 out of 10. It does a lot of things really well, but, there are those couple issues that do hold it back that arguably are fixed later on, which we will get to with the next arc we're talking about. But Hunter's exam is, like I said, the perfect introduction to Hunter x Hunter, and it does a lot of things really well.
Jen, what do you give her?
9 as well.
All right,
it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, nines across the board, all pretty good.
For Hunter exam.
Time to pass the Hunter exam. Time to move on to Heaven's Arena arc, which was 12 episodes long. It's episodes 27 to 38, and technically aired from April 15th, 2012 to July 7th, 2012. In this arc, Gon and Killua in need of some cash and some training before Gon goes to challenge Hisoka to return his badge. Go to train at Heaven's Arena, which is the fourth largest building in the world and has 210 floors. On these floors, you basically fight your way up to basically it's a tournament, essentially like an ongoing, permanent, like never-ending tournament. You keep going until you keep going up and fight your way up, and you get more and more money as you go up. In this arc, they encounter a master named Wing, who teaches them the secrets of a mysterious aura known as Nen, as Gon trains to fight against Hisoka, who also happens to be at the Heavens Arena. This arc is amazing. I fucking love this arc a lot. And Shane, I think Shane agrees with me that this is one of the best in the entire.
Oh, okay. Well, to give you perspective, my top 3 arcs for Hunter x Hunter are from 3 to 1. Heaven's Arena, York New, Chimera Ant. And even with the masterpiece that is Chimera Ant, I still think about Heaven's Arena. Because Heaven's Arena not only is a great tournament arc, a great action-packed arc, but it also sets up so much for later on. And honestly, when I talked earlier about how good Hunter x Hunter is at foreshadowing and setting things up, there's no better example than Heaven's Arena. Heaven's Arena is the perfect transitional arc. And, like, it does so many great things in terms of writing and action. And, of course, the big one is the introduction of Nen, which, honestly, it's hard to argue that it's one of, if not the greatest power systems in all of Shonen anime, because Nen is freaking incredible.
It's broken.
Nen is so well built and so well developed that it's like it has a set of rules, and it never ever breaks those rules. Like there's no but the rule set is malleable enough that you can do cool things with it, but it's also like strict enough that like fights you actually have to Togashi as a writer needs to think up interesting new ways for the fights to actually work properly, and that's fascinating to me as a writer. Spencer, what do you think of Heaven's Arena?
So, Heaven's Arena is 12 episodes of some of the best writing, and then, as I stated, some of the most clunky exposition I've heard. However, the exposition doesn't stop it from being the best. And the fight scenes and the introduction of Nen, and I can already tell, especially after Matt said that Togashi based some of the stuff off of JoJo, is that we're going to get into the JoJo stand power idea of if everybody's broken, then nobody's broken.
I mean, no spoilers for the manga later on, but in the Dark Continent, it does kind of turn into a fucked up version of JoJo.
But that's what I got, and holy shit, the writing and the fact that I was going to Shane after some episodes and going, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
They showed this later on.
Dude, they set so many things up so early on.
Shane was like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gon was using Zetsu.
Yep, Gon was using Zetsu when he was stalking Hisoka.
Or Hanzo was using Nen.
Hanzo was subconsciously using Nen, yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh. And also, I just want to say, I just want to give a big shout out, just really to a lot of like the small-ish kind of side characters, like Zushi. Like I love Zushi.
I love
Zushi.
Zushi.
The best.
He's so cute.
Yeah, Zushi's great.
Damn good.
Yeah, this arc's great. Let's talk about favorite episode, because I think we all have the same favorite episode.
Probably.
Again, preface, who didn't have 36? There you go. Let's talk about episode 36 then.
Let's talk about episode 36. Now, technically, the fight episode 36 is the fight between Gon and Hisoka.
For real this time.
Yeah,
actually. Which technically starts in 35.
Yeah, and that first section in 35 is so freaking good on its own that if that was just the fight, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, but like episode 36 is amazing. absolutely fucking amazing, and just what I love. The animation is great. I love the creative ways that the writers use fucking Hisoka's like fucking gum,
where he just
gum powder?
he just
Bungee
catapults shit across the arena.
And that explains his cards too. From the early
Yep.
arcs. Like I love the way he uses his like the creative ways he uses his bungee gum. I love the creative uses of like Gon's abilities. I love the fact that the fight I love the swiftness and the fluidness of the fight. I love how despite the fact that Gon loses, it still feels like a victory for Gon.
Yeah, it still feels like things progressed. Like he accomplished his goal, he punched him in the face. That's all he really wanted.
Yeah, he just kept going because he's gone.
Gon doesn't give up. He's a stubborn kid.
Yeah, and that's to his detriment more times than not.
Yeah.
And he is I just love the I love how it wraps up the Heavens Arena stuff. It's just a great episode. It's just a fucking amazing episode. Also Hisoka straight up orgasms.
Yeah, I was gonna say you forgot to talk about the best part when
Oh, boy.
creepy murder clown man has an orgasm over a tiny boy.
And it's something.
It's something, all right. You know, this gives me an excuse to talk about the dub because we haven't really talked about the dub yet.
Yeah, Keith Silverstein is a brilliant man.
He must have been having the time of his life in the booth voicing fucking Hisoka, and it shows. Because
I love his voice.
Oh yeah, like the dub itself in general is honestly near perfect. Like
I named my powers after a pack of gum I had as a child.
And I named my texture surprise after the game that came with the gum.
The game that came with the gum.
Did Spencer fucking yeet out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Spencer.
I think his shit died, to be honest. He'll be back. But it's one of those stages where like I love just Keith Silverstein's performance here. It's so good.
All the performances across the board in the dub are freaking great. Like even though I very, very slightly still prefer the sub, honestly, the dub nearly nailed all of its casting.
Yeah, the dub is pretty great. Erica Harlacher as Kurapika is a weird choice, but I think
her performance is so good you don't even really care.
Yeah, it's a weird choice because initially it's kind of weird because unlike at least with like Christina V and Erica Mendez, like they sound like kids and they sound like young boys. Erica Harlacher sounds like Violet to me, and it was kind of weird.
Well, okay, it makes sense because Kurapika is 17,
Jesus
so he would sound
Christ.
older. Hi, Spencer,
older.
what happened?
Welcome back.
My internet fucking got nuked.
But like to me, it sounded. But here's the thing: to me, it didn't sound like a teenage boy. It sounded like a younger, a young adult woman.
That's the only problem I had with Kurapika's voice, because in the 99 one, he does sound like a 17-year-old. His voice is a little bit deeper. It's still a bit high-pitched, but...
Oh, it is done by a woman.
Yeah, I know. But that's the only thing is... that's the only issue I had with Kurapika's voice, was that it did sound a little too girlish.
I have no issue.
Then again,
with
Erica
Kurapika's
Harlacher's performance is so good, I don't care.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
I'm super biased when it comes to Erica Harlacher.
Yeah, because she's your waifu, and she has noticed you on Twitter, so...
She has noticed me on Twitter numerous times.
Erica Harlacher is great. Great. I still think Violet's her best performance, but whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, but...
But yeah, all the dub voices are great, so...
Yeah,
yes.
all the dub voices are great, particularly Keith Silverstein, I think.
Yeah, he fucking nails Hisoka.
Just his voice. He makes exposition so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I also like all of the voices of the examiners.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think
I love
the voice of Satotes and the voice of...
Satotes is great, dude.
Satotes and the voice of Netero. Both done really, really well.
But anyway, back to 36.
Yes,
back to-
Yes.
I was trying to say something, and then my internet died.
Well,
what were
go
you trying to
ahead.
say?
Okay, I was going to say that, like, after watching sports for 21 years, nothing gets me more angry than fucking dumb referees.
Dumb
doing
refs,
everything.
right?
Like,
The shittiest ref of
That
all
ref should have
time.
been fired.
that ref should have been fired. And, like, he's
And
like...
I love how they actually, like, they frame it as a sports game too, because like the reporters are like interviewing him after the match. Like, what the fuck, dude?
No, after the match, and everyone who was watching, kind of like, yeah, that ref kind of sucked, dude.
And then, but it's like, it's as the referee is like, listen, man, if I would have kept that match going, that kid would have died. So I just did what I had to do.
That
And
kid
I'm like,
would be dead.
And I'm like, I don't care. Fucking call the match evenly then.
I want to see the cool shonen shit.
Not even that. He's calling shit on Gon, but not on Hisoka. And I'm like, well, you gotta call it both ways there, ref. Come on, Stripes.
And yeah, but like I love how they bring. Just everything about episode 36 is fucking incredible.
Yes.
Let's talk about favorite characters this arc. Okay, who doesn't have Hisoka
Again.
This time I do have Hisoka.
I think
There
once
we
again
go.
it's Hisoka across the board. I don't think there's much we can say that we haven't already said.
It's just everything that was great
No,
about
yeah.
him in the Hunter exam is just amplified with the introduction of his Nen, which basically perfectly encapsulates him as a character.
He sticks things. He's sticky.
He's sticky. Probably
And
after, you know...
he can turn things into different fabrics? I honestly...
Go ahead, explain it.
Okay, so Bungee Gum was explained in great detail for some reason.
Yeah,
But
it has
other
the
one
properties
wasn't.
of both rubber and gum.
Gum, yes. But the other one wasn't really. So Hisoka can take, like, fabric. Like, he usually uses... I'm going to assume he just usually uses, like, the handkerchief.
Usually, yeah.
Usually, okay. And he can put it on his body, and he can give it the texture of... I assume it's supposed to be, like, anything, but I'm pretty sure he probably only does it for, like, skin.
Yeah, we've only seen him use it for skin, but yeah,
Yeah.
if he uses the fabric and he can change the texture on it to basically anything he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not actually that material.
Yeah, it's not perfect, and if somebody was to get close, you can see that it's not skin, it's just, like a
It's
fabric.
all an illusion.
It's all an illusion.
Which begs the question: how many times has he had his arms chopped off?
It's a good question.
It's a good question,
I
actually.
think it's implied that that's actually the first time he's had his arms chopped off.
But
is when
also, we get to meet a member of the Phantom Troop.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
it's
And
it's
she uses-
Machi.
And she uses with Nen stitches,
Yeah, she uses
Machi's
stitches
cool.
made of Nen.
Machi's fucking cool as shit.
She's
by the
cool
way.
as shit.
but she's a bad girl.
Yeah, but
And I love bad girls.
The Phantom Troop.
I mean, yes. Nah, but you'll see when you get to York New. They're
Is York New the Phantom Troop?
Yeah.
arc?
Yeah, basically.
the Phantom Troop aren't all they're cracked out to be. Just putting it like that.
They're kind of poop.
But Kurapika has to do it because I believe in him.
And you'll see.
You'll see. But like I absolutely love Hisoka in this arc.
Hisoka's just the best part of early Hunter x Hunter, and it just
Yeah.
follows into this arc.
Who's your least favorite character from this arc?
Okay, I've got his name down. My least
Is it
favorite
the top
character.
guy?
My least favorite character is Sadaso, the goopy dude with the Nen arm.
Oh, the
Oh,
guy.
that guy!
He
The
does-
one
he
who
does-
looks like W.D. Gaster!
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy!
He
guy
doesn't do
who just
anything.
Fucks off.
He tries to intimidate these small children, and then it turns out, oh, this small child is a trained killer and will murder you, and then he
And
fucks
runs
off.
away. I forgot about that guy.
Exactly. That's why he's least favorite, because he serves no purpose, and then he yeets when the going gets tough. So
My least
Okay.
favorite character. What?
Okay, go. No, go back.
I think we might have the same. My least favorite is Guido because he looks like a shy guy, and that disturbs me.
Is that the guy with the tops?
Yeah, that's the
But
top
he has
guy.
arguably the coolest Nen power out of those three.
Actually, no. You know what? Actually, it's not Guido, and it's not Circa Duke Duke.
Is it the fucking
It's
wheelchair
the
guy?
fucking wheelchair dude.
The wheelchair guy.
He gets defeated by a slab of concrete.
Yeah, but dude, that fucking stone flip is rad as shit.
He also,
It is
also, and this brings up another thing that I want. Wherever Gon buys his fishing reel from, I need that fishing line.
That is the strongest fishing line in the known universe.
That is the strongest hook I've ever seen. That it can hook into a stone slab and pull it out of its fucking stanchion.
And that just goes to show how strong Gon is.
But, yeah,
'cause
no.
those stones have to
Wheelchair
weigh
dude
like
got
at least a
fucked up
couple hundred
twice.
pounds.
He got fucked
Can we
up by
also agree that
Killua, who foreshadowed for his Nen power, gets electrocuted. And then he gets electrocuted because he gets hit by a big stone slab.
Anyway, Jen, what were you saying?
can we agree that just seeing the progression of Gon and Killua's Nen is actually kind of incredible?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
super
is.
fucking engaging.
Yeah, fucking least favorite. Least favorite character is Sadaso because he doesn't do shit.
He doesn't do shit. Jen, who's your least favorite?
I was gonna say the ref, but
That ref should be fired.
No, it's definitely got to be the Gaster guy, because he literally does nothing.
You know, I had to look up his name because I didn't know it, so that should tell you something.
fucking
Yeah.
Sadaso. I feel like that, like they were setting up a fight there, and then Togashi was just like, I don't want to write a fight for this guy. And
Well,
then
let's subvert expectations.
I would have said Guido, but at least he does something and you get to see his Nen power.
His Nen power's
But
freaking cool. The tops are
It
awesome.
is. But with the Gaster guy, he just kind of fucks off. It's
he
like,
looks he just kind of fucks up.
He
you
looks like a
you barely see his power.
yeah. He looks like a bowl of oatmeal that sat out too long.
Also, most underrated character in this arc, Castro. He did not
Castro.
like that.
Castro was done dirty.
Castro's a G.
That was overkill.
He is straight up. He's dead, dude.
No, he's
Yeah,
fucking
he's dead. But I think the death was like overkill.
Oh yeah, totally.
But
Well,
I mean, it's Hisoka.
it's Hisoka, so.
Yeah.
What else would we expect?
Anything else you want to mention for this arc? What's good about this arc in particular? I don't know. The pacing in this arc is amazing.
The pacing is freaking
Pacing
incredible,
is
dude.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like
the
like
pacing.
Matt and I were talking about this last night. It's not too slow, but it's not too fast. It takes the time to properly explain stuff, but when it needs to, it lets the visuals do the talking, and it's just freaking great.
I love the pace in this arc is absolutely incredible, and I it's only 12 episodes, but it feels like 6.
Yeah,
Like it feels like you're watching something really fucking fast. Like it's so fast, and it's like fast, but it's like the perfect length. It's like the perfect
I'm going
length.
to tackle my router through my fucking wall.
no, just fucking get your fishing line, dude.
Okay, calm down there, hun. Just calm down.
But it's one of those but I love the pace. I love the pacing. I also love how the show does training very, very well.
Yes, like you actually see, like actual time progresses, and like you actually see them go through this rigorous training step by step.
Mm-hmm.
And Togashi does training really well. Like
Togashi does training really well. It reminds me a lot of Toriyama's training. Toriyama does training.
yeah,
also
a
very
lot
well.
of the Nen stuff reminds me of like early Dragon Ball.
Like we're talking like
Yeah, OG
Right.
Dragon Ball. It's like Nen is basically Ki in Dragon Ball if you could take Ki and openly manipulate it instead of just doing energy blasts and shit.
yeah.
Oh, here's something interesting. I just saw it's a chart of percentage of the most powerful main characters in anime. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is Gon.
Yeah,
And
because rock, paper, scissors will fuck you up.
And
Yeah,
first,
it definitely will.
first is Goku.
Well,
Go ahead,
it's Goku. Fuck.
Goku, Saitama, Naruto, Ichigo, Zetsu. Was it that? Natsu.
Zetsu.
Zetsu. That's one of the.
Yeah, Natsu, Luffy, Meliodas, Gon, Aaron, the guy from Tokyo Ghoul, and then Izuku Midoriya.
Yeah, I just the fucking Zets, fucking. I love that by the that fucking intro with the Nen stuff.
Oh
every time.
Yeah.
Like those intros are kind of hit and miss. I always watch the Nen one because it's just so calm and tranquil, but it surprisingly hypes you up for the episode because it's like, yo,
Zets, Ren, Hatsu.
I think should we talk about Nen?
Let's
Just
talk
in
about-
general.
Let's talk about Nen.
Yeah, I love Nen. I love what they do with Nen. I love the different applications of Nen. I love how well thought out it is. I love the fact that I love the show is like, yeah, anyone can learn Nen. Like, it's just something that everyone has.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just something
everyone
that
can have
everyone's
Nen.
capable of, which again reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball because if you train enough, you can use Ki. Anyone can. So
Yeah, anyone can use Nen. I just love I love the applications of Nen. I love how the fact that because I love how like the 6 like different types of Nen uses because of that you have like a variety of different like powers to choose from.
oh yeah,
Yo.
the variety of powers is off the charts.
I actually want to talk about the whole 6 types of Nen users for a second here, because the way that Wing explains it is really awesome. Because he's like, listen, do this test with this water.
Oh, the water test is fucking cool as shit.
Yes.
So then they do the test with the water, and then at the end, Gon breaks the glass because his Nen is that powerful. But the thing that got me was how he explained how the different types of Nen users work. So he's like, hey, if you're an enhancer, then learning the emitter and the not transmuter, what's the other one?
No, it was transmuter.
It was transmuter.
Transmute.
Those two will be easy because they're next to your Nen power. However, if you want to learn like one of the other ones,
If you want to learn like a conjure or a manipulator
Then
power,
that's
it's going to be really difficult
really
because
difficult because
your type of Nen isn't suited for that style.
So, and then he goes, so what Castro was doing was he was doing this and this, but because he was focusing so much on that power, then he wasn't focusing on 10. And because he wasn't focusing on 10, it became really easy for Hisoka to kill him.
Yeah, his
Because he was
defense
only
was down.
Because his defense was down, and he was only focusing on a Nen power that wasn't fit for his Nen type. And I'm like, I'm actually like staring at my computer screen with like this big smile during that scene, because I'm like, damn, this makes sense. You know, you're suited for something, and if you try to outreach what your Nen type is suited for, it's going to be more difficult on you because it's not what you're supposed to be into.
Okay, I'm gonna do a hot take right here. You ready for my hot take?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a hot take.
What's the
Okay.
hot take?
I think me personally, is my personal opinion, that Nen is the best power system in anime, hands down. Like, a lot of people will argue against that. I know, but
I'm trying to think of other power systems. Like there's
I definitely prefer alchemy a lot more to this, maybe because alchemy has much more strict rules. Mainly because I much prefer alchemy to this, and I also I hate to say it. I think I hate to say it, but I really love fucking devil fruits more than this. Mainly because you can get a lot more creative with devil fruits. You can kind of just do whatever the hell you want, which I think is, if you in a shonen, you either have to go like super strict and specific, like this is the power set, or just do something like One Piece and just like, yeah, fuck it, it's everything.
But what I love about Nen is that it does have those elements of variety, because basically, if you can imagine it, you can create a Nen power out of it, and that
You can basically do anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it, is that there's so many different possibilities.
they make the Nen power of rock paper scissors.
yeah, because he's a
Yeah.
fucking kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that leads into his utilization of the different Nen types, because his different attacks with rock paper scissors are different Nen types than Enhancer. And that works back into the rules of Nen, and I just love Nen. It's all properly explained. It makes sense. It leads to some really cool shit.
I like Nen. I'm looking forward to what other people's Nen powers are.
I'd be surprised if Kurapika isn't your favorite.
Yeah.
But I will say that so far, Nen's really cool, but it's not like Stans / Hamon type.
Yeah. No, the thing that makes it, like, I love Net. It's like in my top 3 or top 5 at least. And it's like, the only thing that holding it back, I feel, is that it's like outside of the fact of it being really like outside of the rule set, there's nothing in it we haven't seen before, from like the auras stuff and the key stuff. It's pretty much stuff we've seen before, just taken to the nth degree.
But I think the reason why I like it so much is because it's taken to that nth degree, and like how they utilize it and how like intricately in detail they get into it. I just really like Nen, dude. Fucking cut me some slack here.
No, Nen's great, and it really is showcased in a man being beaten by a stone slab.
A man being beaten by
imagine like an alternate timeline for Hunter x Hunter where Gon's Nen power is just he creates stone slabs to throw at people.
That's fucking stupid, and I love it.
I also love how this show 100% tells you to throw stone slabs at people in wheelchairs.
This show hates the disabled.
Oh, you're in a wheelchair? Well, here, let me electrocute you with 10 million volts. Let's see if you'll live through that.
And guess what he did?
Somehow.
Any criticisms with this arc?
Nope.
Nothing.
Outside of the Nens, outside of the exposition stuff, nothing really I can think of.
I can't think of anything. I love how once they get to the 200th floor, it's just like, listen, if you don't know Nen, you're fucked.
If you don't know Nen, get the fuck out.
It shows how easily the training that Gon did in the 4-episode Killua rescue arc. It shows that, like, hey, that training was really worth it. Because he could just push people off. But once he gets to floor 200, and there's all these rules, they're like, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
and like we don't even see the stuff with like the floor masters or the Olympus arena or anything like that.
Yeah, because they're irrelevant. They're irrelevant to this current arc. Whether or not they actually show up in the manga later is, well, who knows? Like in any case, like it's one of those. It's no, yeah. I can't really think of anything else.
Nah, honestly, like other than getting a little too ham-fisted with the exposition, there's nothing wrong with this arc, really.
It's a really good length too.
It's the perfect length.
It's not too long. It's not too short. Everything is there that needs to be there. Besides a bit with the exposition, but besides that, it's fine.
Yeah,
everything is. It's practically perfect.
Yeah, like it's the perfect length. It's the perfect pacing. They really do a great job introducing Nen. The fight scenes are amazing. The animation is way better than it was in
more character
the Hunter
growth
exam.
between the friendship of Killua
and Gon and Quilla, which really shines in this arc in particular.
It's incredible.
I also like how this arc really sets in stone how reckless Gon can be, which comes up a lot later on. Just how
Gon's
much Gon... Yeah, Gon's an idiot.
Gon's a fucking idiot.
And they really establish in this arc how much Gon really gives into reckless abandon, and that'll become a pivotal role of his character later on, but I love how they set that up now. Like, he's a stupid, naive kid. All he wants to do is get what he wants, and if he doesn't, he's willing to hurt himself to get that.
he's kind of like a spoiled brat, actually.
No, he's a fucking masochist. That's what he is.
He's
like,
also kind of crazy.
I mean, this also does a really good job of showing like the darkness that's inside of Gon. When he loses to Tops McGee the first time.
Tops
Did you really just call him Tops McGee?
I actually, well, when you forget somebody's
you call
name,
him Tops McGee. I call him Mr. Shy Guy because he looks like a shy guy, dude. Fucking his face.
He looks like a shy guy that escaped from the old folks' home.
A shy guy, or like a
Shy Guy. If Shy Guy was in Mario Kart, but also lost his legs during Mario Kart.
He got hit with red shells too many
times. And what does Gon do? Breaks his leg.
He literally just yeets the guy's leg, and he's like, "If you dare hurt my friends again, I will kill you."
And he's like
shadowing.
And he's like, and then he runs off. Anyways, I think we're pretty much done here.
Yep.
So time to give scores for Heaven's Arena. Spencer, what you give Heaven's Arena?
I give this 1 Heaven's Field out of Heaven's Tower.
I'm going to kill you.
What do you get? What?
Shane didn't correct me.
Nope.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Jen?
10. There's...
Oh.
No, go ahead,
Sorry.
Jen. Jen, explain.
Go ahead.
Everything is there. The exposition is a little off, but still, pacing is good. Character development, amazing. I have nothing else to add.
Alright, Shane?
10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10. Like, the way this arc does not only action, but power scaling, foreshadowing, it's just all incredible. And it's perfectly paced, it's perfectly length. Sure, the exposition can be a little wonky here and there, but it doesn't bring down the overall experience of this arc. Because when I figured out that we were going to be covering this, I felt like I was like 6 years old again. Like, I can't fucking wait to watch this again. That's how I feel about this arc. Like, it doesn't matter what time of day, what time of year. I could watch this arc at any point and still love it. So, easy 10 out of 10 for Heaven's Arena.
Yeah, this arc's a 10 out of 10 for me as well. Like, this is an easy 10 out of 10. One of the best tournament arcs in anime, I'd argue. I just love all the different stuff that's built up and the different elements to its storytelling. I love the rivalry between Gon and Hisoka, the friendship between Gon and Killua. I love Wing. I love Zushi. I love pretty much everything in this arc.
Castro got ganked.
Yeah, Castro got fucked. All right, I think we're pretty much done here.
You know what that means, boys and girls.
Time to pick the next anime. Anime. Now, and since last time was a pick, this week it's time to go back to the anime generator. Now, before we get started, we have two things to mention, two things to cover. First of all, the random anime generator got another update. This time, you can now. This time, as opposed previously, they added the ability to pick whatever year that you want the animes to be in. But now, not only can you pick that, but you can also pick the length of it, the certain amount of episodes, and you can also pick the score. Do you want a shitty anime? Do you want a good anime? What do you want? It can be from anywhere you want, and you also can pick the ratings for it. However, I'm just going to turn all of them on just to have it there because it makes things easier. All right. So before we get started, does anyone want to use a meta?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think we're using metas this time.
No meta? No metas. All right. That goes for
random.
Jen as well. That goes for Jen as well, as all guests also get metas if they so desire. But I do not believe Jen is... No, Jen... All right. So no metas, which means it's time for the good old generator. Oh, boy.
It's our first true random in a while, Matt.
It's the first one we've done since, like, Ebi 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the last one
God.
we did. That's the last one we did. All right. So since Jen is here, Jen is the guest, and she gets first pick. So Jen, I'm gonna go over the genres so that way you know which ones you want to do. You got action, adventure, comedy, drama, ecchi, fantasy, game, harem, historical, horror, magic, mecha, military, music, mystery, parody, psychological, romance, school, sci-fi, shonen, slice of life, sports, and supernatural. So,
AKA, there's too many damn genres.
Yeah, but which ones? But which ones do you want to include, Jen? Personally, just pick whichever ones you want. It doesn't have to. It could be literally whatever.
I'm gonna say.
And it can be any amount. If it's just one, it's just one.
Comedy and romance, I'm gonna say.
Ooh, romantic
Okay.
comedy.
Is there any genres you want to exclude?
Ecchi and harem.
Thank you,
Yes,
Christ.
Josh.
Thank you,
Fucking
Jen.
Josh.
Thank you, Jen.
I can see that in the comments. Josh, I'm gonna kill you.
Nah, we don't want that ecchi harem bullshit in here.
No ecchi harem bullshit in here. We already did that once. It was a Kaimo.
All right.
Yeah, and we all know how that turned out.
I enjoyed it.
Also, since you're so now everybody else, this can be a group decision. How many episodes do you want it to be?
I go for 12, personally.
So 1 to 12?
I'd say 1 to 13 in case.
Okay, I'll go 13.
Yeah, let's go 1 to 13 then. What score do you want it to be between?
At least a 7. At least.
I would say at least a 6.
6.5?
Okay, we can
6.5
compromise.
is good. We can compromise that.
Okay, 6.5 to what? So 6.5 to what? Does that to 10?
Well, nothing will really go above a 9, so.
So let's just put it at 10. What years do you want it to be released?
Okay, how about I pick the start of year and Spencer picks the end year?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right,
Okay.
so Shane, what's the first year?
Okay, the first year, I'm gonna go...
It's from 1970 to 2018, by the way.
I'm gonna
So
go 1996.
Oh, see, we might get an old one. Spencer?
To 2008.
Oh,
Okay.
we're going to get an older one. We're going to get an... Any other genres you two wish to include?
I request Slice of Life.
All right.
And I request school.
You know what? Throw music in there just to be safe.
We might get K-On, boys. I think we're going to get K-On from this, but that's just me. But any genres you want to exclude?
Well, we got Ecchi and Harem out of the way, right?
Yeah, you got Ecchi and Harem out, but you can exclude more if you so desire.
I want to exclude action.
Yeah, let's not get an action show this time.
No action.
Because we've covered a lot of action shows recently, so no action. Anything else? You can give it something funny.
Exclude military and psychological.
All right.
And lastly, I want to exclude, let's say horror. Exclude horror.
This is
Alright,
the
so we're
most
gonna get
intricate randomizer we've done in a while.
Yeah, no, but I'm curious what we'll get. All right, so final. Also, okay, so 1 to 13 episodes, score between 6.5 to 10, released between 1996 and 2008, including comedy, music, romance, school, slice of life, and excluding action, ecchi, harem, horror, military, and psychological.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm generating a single random anime. I don't know if this one is legally available.
Oh, what is it?
It's an anime from 2004.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy, drama, romance, slice of life called Final Approach.
Okay, here, let me check real quick. I just need my browser.
Final
to load.
Approach. Ever since their parents died a few years ago, Ryo and his sister Akane have been living together. Despite the difficult situation, they are still living reasonably happy and normal lives. However, everything is about to be flipped upside down due to a secret government project. Due to increasingly low birth rates in Japan, the Japanese government is testing a project in which two young people are forced to marry. This sounds bad.
That sounds bad.
Ryo wants... Is it legally available, though?
Well, what? Okay, what's the name?
Final Approach.
Final Approach. It's based off a visual
Not
novel.
legally available. We can't do it.
It's not legally available. All right.
Yeah, so fuck you, Josh.
It's also not an incest because his fiance is someone else. So, but it's not legally available. So, this is what we do. We either take it, or we have to do the randomizer again with new settings.
Let's do the randomizer again and take our chances.
Yeah, and we have to pick the one coming up. We have to take it, even if it's not legally available.
Man, this is a weird feeling. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, we have to take it. So we have to do new set. What settings do you want? Do you want to fix?
Okay, keep the episode length. 13 sounds good.
Yeah, score is 6.5 to 10, which I'm personally fine with. I think that's a
that sounds fine.
We might need to the years are from 1996 to 2008.
Okay, I'm gonna change mine.
What?
Change the first year to 2002.
Oh, because that show was from 2004. Included genre. Do you want to include any more genres, or do you want to get rid of an excluded genre, or do you want to change genres?
Include drama.
Yeah, include drama. Anything else?
Nah, I think I'm fine actually.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Let's see what we get.
So is it 2002 to 2008?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not changing my year.
All right. Generate single random anime. Oh God. Is this legally available? It's legally available. Okay.
What is it?
What is it?
I think Jaws has heard this one. It's a comedy. It's a comedy, drama, romance, school sci-fi. Oh, I've heard of this one.
Let's go.
It's called Onegai Teacher. I've heard of this one. One day, Kei Kusanagi notices a strange glowing woman by the lake.
Oh,
he discovers that this woman's actually an alien officer from the Galaxy Federation called Mizuho Kasami, and even more shocking, she's also his teacher.
This sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah, I've heard of this. It's legally available. It is on Crunchyroll in both sub and dub.
What's the name of it?
Please Teacher. That's the
Please
English
Teacher.
name. Please Teacher. With a cat, with like a... It is legally available, at least according to the site. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the name again?
Please Teacher.
Please Teacher. There it is. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
It's from 2002.
It's 12 plus an OVA.
It's 2002. It's just 12 plus an OVA. So it's legally available. Next time on the G.A.P, we will be covering Please Teacher.
What fucking studio is this?
I've heard of the show. But yeah, next time we'll be covering that. I'm your host, Matt, aka Legion Rex. You can find me on Twitter and on YouTube. It's Legion Rex. With me, I have my co-host Shane, aka the Bearded One. You can find him on Twitter and on YouTube and the Bearded Game Network. The Bearded Game Network. You can find all sorts of things, Let's Plays, unboxing, streams, all that good stuff. With me, I also have Spencer, who you can find on Twitter at Beery Burton.
2 E's.
2 E's.
2 E's with 2 E's. Okay. With me, and also with us we have our guest Jen. Did you have fun today, Jen?
Yeah.
That's
Talking
good.
about one of my favorite animes, so
Yeah.
And you got to see us suffer from the randomizer.
I mean, if you want, I can suffer with you.
It has a 7.3, so it might not be
Shane.
that bad.
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah.
May I read some of the stuff that the writer's done?
Yes.
The writer's done things such as Big Wind-Up, Batum, Drifters, Excel Saga, Gundam Build Fighters, Hellsing Ultimate, Episode 1, 3, 6, and 7, High School of the Dead, Honey and Clover, My Hero Academia.
My Hero, yeah, Trigun. Yeah, there's a good writer involved.
Good writer.
All right.
And
so
spider writers.
Oh my god. That show is so old.
And with that, I'm going and with that, I think we're pretty much done here. We'll see you next time. And
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope you all have a wonderful Super Bowl weekend, or had a wonderful Super Bowl weekend, because this will go up afterwards.
Yeah, let's hope that the Rams win so that Adam can watch Gridman.
Good
All
night.
right, and we'll all see you next time.
And we could suffer next time, so join us then.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The G.A.P. If you like what you've seen, you can subscribe to the G.A.P Podcast YouTube channel to get the latest podcasts as they go live. Be sure to like and comment and let us know what you guys think of the show. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.